We are live. Welcome back to Plant-Based Homestead Prepper, where we make prepping fun. Let me tell y'all something. I am so tired right now. But have you ever been to the point where you was tired but not sleeping, and you knew if you lay down, your mind would just be going like, and it be to the point where you wouldn't be able to go to sleep. That's where I am right now. So, for those that don't know, I started this new business it wasn't about, it was actually June the 3rd. I started a new business, and today I think it's the 13th. And tomorrow, Jennifer and I, and my anniversary, so we'll be celebrating 11 years of marriage, of holy matrimony. So anyway, let's recap this day today. Hey, Linda. Only reason I came on because I was reading your comment about you going to the store, and I was like, you know what? Let me come into it. I hadn't talked to y'all today. So let's recap. Got up this morning, and I've been rolling since about 7-ish. Let's see. I can't remember the first thing I did. I just know I've been in meetings all day long. Yeah, I've definitely been in meetings all day long. The first webinar was at 10 a.m. That lasted about an hour. Then we had another webinar at 11 a.m. That lasted about an hour. Then I've had phone calls and phone calls and phone calls after that, leading up to 1 o'clock, where I had a corporate webinar, about the business. Those first two webinars was about this, and it's coming together. I could have imagined it come together any better. But I had this idea back in March, April time frame. And I felt so compelled to do something because these children that are graduating or that have graduated, they weren't going to be able to walk across the stage and get their diplomas. And that really kind of just bothered me. So I was like, you know what? We got this facility. Why don't we figure out a way to get these kids a graduation? And that was when we were still, social distancing and all that. So we were thinking, that we could do it at the church and then just have like one kid at a time do their graduation, blah, blah, blah. Thank you. I appreciate that, Linda. So then it is turned into, because we only thought it was like 2 or 3 kids. So we have 8 graduates, 8. And so we're going to do it at the church. We only allow them to have 10 guests. And then afterwards, we're going to have a parade of cars to come through and wave and drop gifts and stuff into gift boxes and whatever, and blase blase. So anyway, it has been, and then and so I had a 1 o'clock webinar, and then between 1 o'clock and the 3 o'clock webinar, which I had to be on, I got an emergency call, and I had to go out and go basically go do a call. Let me see. I can't even see y'all. Yeah, Linda, you know what? I'm sorry, I didn't celebrate you being first. Yes, you were first tonight, so congratulations. There's only one number 1. To my bestest family members. Oh, that's so sweet of you. Thank you. ATL is on fire. My friend's husband just drove through. Really? I haven't been keeping up with anything. But did you see the graduation that was on YouTube where President Obama had his talk? No, I didn't. I missed it. Karen, somebody just asked about you the other day. And I was like, she is trying to work. She ain't worried about us. Connecticut, I'm here, laugh out loud. Yes, thank you for being here, Karen. So anyway, between the 1 o'clock and the 3 o'clock webinar, I actually had a trouble call, and I had an emergency call. I had to go out and go take care of these people's door. So then I had to rush back. I was so sleepy and tired, but I don't want to lay down. Not right now. So then I had to rush back and get ready for the 3 o'clock because I actually had to talk on the 3 o'clock. So we did that, and I've been in. This is what we call a super Saturday blitz. So we've been blitzing all day. Now, for those of you who are interested, and hopefully some of y'all will. Well, some of y'all have already expressed interest. I'm dealing with a company now that basically trains and teaches people cryptocurrencies and bitcoins. Bitcoins is the main deal right now, and it's starting to become lucrative already, and I'm really excited about what's going on. Let me see here. It was Miss Grace because I watched it when I got home. Oh, you watch our replays. I certainly appreciate that. Did I lose everybody? Yeah, it's only been 5 minutes. It felt like it's been like 30, 40 minutes. So, nonetheless, I have had a very busy day, but it's been very productive. I'm very, very, very excited about how the day has turned out. I was sitting here hoping that I would get one final email, but I hadn't gotten it. So, I am about to shut it all down, and I'm going to go to sleep, or at least try to. Probably get me a good shower and go to sleep. You always do. Wow. Well, thank you, Karen. I appreciate that. I didn't know you always watch the replays when you don't catch it live. I did not know that. But I certainly appreciate you. Let me go over here so I can. Who's that said Atlanta was on fire? Let me see here. See if I can find some. Atlanta. Yeah, I went to when I was out early. Oh wow, this is live. Let me see here. Live. Let's see what's going on. Okay, I'm gonna share this because who knows what's gonna happen. Share screen. Share. Chrome. All right, let's see what's going on here. Y'all can see. All right, whatever this is. All right, so this is a Wendy's on University Drive on fire. Well, y'all know Wendy's did say that. Hold on, let's read the story because I'm not gonna give you guys any speculation. Atlanta. An Atlanta mayor was shot and killed in a confrontation with police at the Wendy's restaurant on University Avenue on Friday night. Rashard Brooks, 27, was killed after police said he pointed a police taser at one of the officers as he was running away from them. It happened around 10:30 p.m. Let's see what these police and protesters are clashing. Let's see what happens. Can you make this bigger? Good gracious. All right. They're running in like crazy. These cops better, I mean, they better watch themselves because it's definitely more people than there are cops. Wow, this is insane. Let's see if I can't find a protesters like Wendy's on fire enter interstate after Atlanta death. So I guess that's why the president tweeted law and order earlier. All right, let me see here. Now protesters clash with police. I didn't know any of this. I haven't seen any news today. Haven't seen any news. Haven't heard any news. Okay, so this was 6 hours ago. Black Lives Matter protests in Atlanta after man shot dead by police at fast food restaurant. So I'm trying to understand, and if that place is a franchise, if you're the franchise owner, how do you feel right now? I'm always looking at business owners and what we have to go through. Let me see. It was a beautiful day. All right, cool. They expanded my Kroger like Walmart and moved stuff around, so I was wiped out today. But glad to visit my family. Cleaning, working on my necklace. All right, good for you. You got on the cover. You sure do. There's so much BS going on right now. The video of the shooting is absolutely disturbing. Okay, I didn't see that. I didn't see it. So Washington, Seattle, Washington, protesters or police? Which one took over? Oh, the protesters took over the police station. Wow. Are those police? Yeah, it looked like the police was running. Were rushing the protesters. Yes, and that's very bothersome to me. All right, so let's stop, and I'm gonna go and see if I can't find this. And I'm guessing it was in Atlanta. So let's see if I can't find. I'm not gonna show it, but I want to see it just for so we can simply talk about it. Police. Yeah, because I didn't know anything about this. Let's see here. Is this it? Atlanta police fatally shoot a black man outside of Wednesdays after he fell asleep at the drive-thru, then later grabbed the officer taser. That's always rather interesting. All right, let me see here. Warning: the video contains graphic. All right, so let me turn the volume down because I don't want y'all to hear it. Man dies after being shot. Okay. Oh wow. I am really trying to understand what. See, this is what's getting me. Okay, so I'm watching this guy run away. Okay, and it does look like he pulls. I mean, they say it's a taser. I don't know what it is now. If you first of all right, let's talk about this from law enforcement perspective because that's what I have. All right, let's talk about this from a law enforcement perspective. All right, let me go to y'all's remarks for this. They took over the area that they did. Okay. If you notice, they shot him in the back. All right, so we're gonna talk about that. So, as a former policeman, and I always tell you guys this, I was military police. I was not this civilian stuff that y'all see. As a former policeman and as a trained police officer, peace officer, I have a problem with that. And I don't care if it was black, white, purple, or whatever. Because first of all, you're never supposed to relinquish any of your gear. Nobody's supposed to be so close to you that they can grab your taser. That's one. Oh, hey, I'm not gonna say it's justified or not justified. I'm saying from basic police work, nobody is ever supposed to be close enough to you to get your service weapon, a taser, a baton, or anything. That nobody's supposed to get that close to you. So already, because we were always taught, there's always a weapon at the scene because you bring the weapon. Always a weapon. So the fact that this individual was able to get close enough to grab a taser, one, I got a problem with that with the officers. That's never supposed to happen. Number two, okay, this guy's running away, and you have all kind of, let's see, you have all kind of techniques that you can do to catch a person. Okay, and that's two. Now, I'm not saying it's justified or not. I don't have all the facts. I'm just showing you guys from basic police work. Number three, I got a problem with somebody getting close enough to an officer to be able. That just shows me that there is such a lack of professional peace officer training in this country, because that's never supposed to happen. Okay, shot him in the back. Watch the whole video and you'll see it from another angle. I saw him put the taser at the officer. I'm just still back to the point that that's supposed to not happen. Now, had it been his own gun, I'm like, okay, yeah. But for him to be able, first and foremost, you're the only person at the scene that is supposed to be trained in a service weapon, in the taser, in the baton, in the PF92 spray. You have all these deterrents to keep people away from you. How in the world does a suspect take your taser? That's my only question. How does that happen? Because see, when I was serving, that would be a violation. I would have gone to hell. I would have been court martial. I wouldn't even gone to mass for that. I would have been court martial just for that. If we didn't have tasers back then, but if we did, I would have been court martialed for losing my taser. Okay. I saw where Trump took some transgender rights away. Sad and peed me off. Okay. All right. Was this the guy asleep at Wendy's drive-thru who took taser away from a cop and then they shot him? He punched the officer in the face and grabbed the taser. He was strong, and it all happened so fast. And again, Karen, that's not supposed to happen. You're not supposed to lose any weapons. Okay? Tackle him, cuff him, tie his feet. He took it when they went to cuff him. Still okay. So another point of view. Now, if it's one-on-one, okay, I might can see how a suspect can take your taser away. It's two of you guys. Not supposed to happen. And see, another thing, I see these cops are so hands-on with these suspects. I was trained that we didn't even touch nobody until we had control of the situation verbally. Turn away from the sound of my voice. Interlock your fingers together, place them on the back of your head. See, I can regurgitate my training, and I haven't. Golly, I went through that training. Let me see. The last three years of my military career, I got out in 02, 01. That makes that training 1999, 2099, 2009, 2019. That training was 21 years ago, and I can still regurgitate how to apprehend a suspect right now. Turn away from the sound of my voice. Interlock your fingers on the top of your head. Spread your feet, because you want to get them off balance. And see, and if you're like this and you got your legs spread, there's nothing you can do. You can't even take off running. So how in the world is it possible for a suspect, if you're policing properly, how in the world is it possible for a suspect to take your taser? That's all I'm saying. Ashley, how was your Saturday? Busy, Linda. Yeah, mine's been very busy too. So fundamental police work didn't happen here. And had fundamental police work happened here in this situation, somebody would be going home tonight. Well, somebody will probably be going to jail tonight and alive, and the officer would be going home tonight alive, and that Wendy's restaurant would still be standing and not on fire right now, had proper police work happened in the beginning. That's what I'm saying. Okay. Now, whether it was justified or not justified after that, that's for the courts or for the investigation to find out. I can't say that. I'm just telling you guys from fundamental police work, from when they showed up on the scene and them finding somebody asleep in the drive-thru. Okay. Maybe the dude was like me right now, just like it worked 20-something, 30 hours, and he went to Wendy's to go get him a doggone Frosty, and he fell asleep in the drive-thru. I don't know what the situation was. What's up, Howard Garden? How you doing? Fundamental police work did not happen in this situation. And that is one of the problems I have with what is going on with professional law enforcement, because when you get paid to do something, you're supposed to be a professional. Would y'all agree with that? Can we just agree that let's not talk about black, white, let's not talk about justified, unjustified. Let's just talk about basics of professional in this country. Okay? Because if you get paid to do something, that means you're a professional. Would y'all? Let's agree there. If you're getting paid to do something, are you a professional or are you not? I was trained in state mental hospital, but was still attacked by a woman 3 times. Another story. See, I work with people who are mentally unstable all the time. I work with people like that all day, every day. Why do they pick up the bullet casings? I don't know. See, I don't know. I don't know anything about the story. I'm just finding out 15 minutes ago about it. But my mom will tell you, when I went through my training down in Lackland Air Force Base in San Antonio, I came back. I was a hot to trap police officer, and I was bitty bad. And but the things I always did, especially when I had on uniform and I had that darn gun on, I always followed protocol. Always followed protocol, because protocol not only keeps you safe, but it keeps the people around you safe. And what I see is just fundamental police work in America not happening. Okay, not happening. Cause see, my thing is, if myself and my partner roll up on that scene right there, we're gonna make contact. And if he's in the driver's seat, first and foremost, we're gonna try to wake this guy up, because we don't know if, is the car in park, is the car in drive, we need to make sure that everybody's safe first of all. Okay, because it's just so many things that police have now when they're going to apprehend somebody, that I don't see how it escalates so far so fast, you know. And you're not talking to somebody who has good day for you. This is so disturbing, lack of police training and gun happy. So this to me is such a fundamental, and when I found out that it takes you longer to get your cosmetology license than it does to be a professional police officer. And I hope you guys are not, because I'm not trying to take this tonight as you're right, I'm wrong, I'm right, you're wrong. I want us to agree on fundamentals. Would you get okay? Poll question. Y'all know I'm always doing poll questions. Poll question: if you get paid to do something, are you or are you not a trained professional? Okay. All right. Lack of police training. No, okay, I don't think so. Hello, Linda. Welcome. And look, I don't want you guys going back and forth in the chat, okay? Because some people gonna have their one opinion, other people gonna have another opinion. We're not gonna argue tonight. I just want us to agree. Can we agree? Listen, vote now. Can we agree that if you get paid a somewhat status of living pay to do something, would you agree that you are a professional? Vote now. And I'm gonna wait, because I want to know if we can even agree on this. Can we agree that if you make a living doing something, you're supposed to be a professional? And that ranges from a gardener. If you garden and you make enough stuff where you can sell your items, to me, you're a pro gardener. If you're a handyman and you go out and you fix crap all day and people pay you to do it and you can make a living doing it, you're a professional handyman, i.e., me. Okay. If you are a pastor and people pay you to pastor them, guess what? You're a professional pastor. If you cut hair and people pay you to cut hair and you make a living doing it, you are a professional hair cutter or cosmetologist. No, okay, give me one job. Um, give me one job. I am okay. Well, my mom's a hothead anyway, so if she leaves, that she totally misunderstood what I was saying, I guess. I am in Texas. Okay, some jobs we are just workers. Okay, so for people that don't know, okay, so y'all can't agree with me that if you make a living doing something, you are a professional, whatever that is. Y'all can't agree with that. I got one person to agree. Ashley. Ashley says yes. Ashley trades cryptocurrency. So if Ashley makes a living trading cryptocurrency, is she not a professional trader? I'm just trying to get us to agree on basic. That's the problem in this country. We can't agree on shit. We can't agree on a damn thing around here. I put out something basic like, okay, um, if somebody pays you to paint a room, and you do that for a living, and you make enough money painting, are you or are you not a professional painter? The answer is yes. Okay. If you work in a pizza shop and people pay you a wage, you're a worker. Yes, you work in a pizza shop, but guess what? You're a pro pizza maker. Okay. You're a pro whatever it is. If you make a living doing whatever it is, you're a pro at that. So with that basis covered, all right. And no, Karen, that's another problem in the country. Nobody's just a worker. That you got to see yourself better than just a worker. Okay, just cogs in the wheel as far as the big bosses are concerned. Yeah, you got to see yourself better than just a worker. And if that's the way you see yourself, then you got to elevate. Okay, elevate. That's all I'm saying. In my opinion, and this is just Roger's opinion now. If you get paid a living salary doing something, you are a professional at that. All right, and let's just say some people are workers. Would you agree or would you not agree that people who are doctors, nurses, okay, because when I was a kid, when I was coming up, people like, what you gonna do when you grow up? We'd be like, firefighter, policeman, veterinarian, want to fly helicopters, some kids like, I want to be a doctor, a lawyer. Those are professional jobs, right? All right, let me see here. To me, a professional is someone who has worked up the ladder of experience. I have to disagree with you, Karen. Okay. I'm talking to whoever was trying to start with me by disagreeing. I have my opinion. Yeah, I mean everybody has their opinion. What I just don't want tonight, I don't want us having a tech, because we've had that before in the chat where people start just going back and forth with each other. So since I only got one person to agree and we got 8 people on here tonight, so I guess that the yeses get it. That if you get paid to do something, you're a professional, whatever that is. For example, I'm getting paid to do YouTube. It's many school, okay? It will grow. I'm becoming a professional YouTuber, a professional blogger, or whatever you want to call it. I want you guys, I just want to prove a point that if you're getting paid a salary to do something, and it is a living wage, all right? You're a professional. To me, okay, let's see here. All right, we got that already. A job worth doing is worth doing right. I agree with that too, Lemma. So this is my point with the professionalism or the professional conversation. Police officers in this country get paid a living wage. Okay. The reason why I never became a civilian police officer because they don't pay enough. All right. That's just me. And that's why a lot of them have to do all these security gigs. They got to have a part-time job, blah, 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 blah. But in this country, if you don't work 2 jobs, you're already behind the power curve. My point is, as a professional, okay, you wouldn't expect a nurse, if you had a broken leg, to come in and drop your leg on the bed. And I understand, yeah, police have to deal with the most crummiest of crummiest people. I understand. And they have a shitty job. I understand. Their job is almost, well, hell, you're dealing with, it's almost like police officers now are, and I don't want to offend Garbage Man because I know Kev H is a sanitation worker. He's a professional sanitation collector, right? Because he's getting paid to do that job. So I don't even want to degrade his position by calling police officers the trash men of people. But sometimes I'm sure that's the way they feel. But as a professional, there are certain things that you should do that should just be common practice, like not losing your service weapon, like not letting somebody take your taser away. So fundamentally, okay, from the get-go, from the basis of basic police work, these officers involved are already wrong because they allowed somebody to take a weapon from them and potentially use it against them because they are the one who's supposed to be in charge. All right? All right. Yes, you are a professional if you do a job. I had a low paid jobs, not a living salary by no means, but I worked and acted as a professional person. Cool, I'm back. All right. Yes, you are a professional if you do a job. I mean, I agree with that. It's just like people that work at Lowe's. That's like saying that they're not professional. Some of them don't act professional, but you're a professional retail worker. Okay? All right? Y'all get it? So the basics and fundamentals of police work are, and you have, we used to call it the levels of enforcement. The first level of enforcement is your presence. A police officer just showing all right, I'm gonna prove this to you. Presence. Y'all ready for this? You're driving down the road. You see a cop and he surprises you. What's the first thing you do? You look down at your speedometer. The presence of that cop made you check yourself. The first level of enforcement is presence. The second level of enforcement is verbal. Verbal. If people don't get straight when you show up as a cop, then you have verbal commands. From verbal, then you have everything on this Batman utility belt that you can use to get people to comply with your verbal commands, i.e., spray. That spray is a, I don't even want to say that word. That spray is a monster. In order for us to be able to carry spray, we have to get sprayed. That spray, and see, I don't know what these cops are using now, but I got sprayed with chemical. And the chemical, the more you rub, because it crystallizes when it starts to dry, and you can't keep it wet because it starts drying immediately. And all it takes is like, and that's it. Now this stuff they use now, I don't know what they're using, but when I was carrying, I had to get qualified to carry sprays. And it wasn't mace, it was chemical spray. It had a chemical compound. When it hit your skin, it started to do different things. And it burns like crazy. And if you rub your eyes, the first thing they tell us, do not rub your eyes. Because the first instinct is to start rubbing. Well, it crystallizes and it basically works like glass in your eyes. So, anyway. I'm bad. Okay, years ago, if a police officer got an item taken from him, he got fired. Yes, and that's the way it's supposed to be now. Well, we're talking about this video of this kid who fell asleep in the Wendy's drive-thru or something. These cops show up. One of them allows them to take his taser, and they end up shooting and killing this guy. Okay, so that's, and I just found out about this 20 minutes ago. I didn't even know this was going on. And the only reason this somebody said that Atlanta was on fire, so I looked it up. I'm like, oh, they burned down the Wendy's. And if you're the Wendy's owner, that sucks, because that situation probably has nothing to do with you. If they, I don't even know if Wendy's franchise, and I'm pretty sure they have owners, because every franchise has an owner, and that sucks if you're that Wendy's franchise owner. Anyway, basic things in every career have things where you need to be professional. In Atlanta, yeah, in Atlanta. All right, let me see, Linda. Miss G, the guy at Wendy's who was shot by cops, he took the taser away. Yeah, we already talked about that. So I'm not gonna say if it's justified or not justified. If y'all want my honest opinion about it, I'll tell you my honest opinion, but I don't even want to go there because I know it's gonna piss some of y'all off, and some of y'all gonna be like, oh, okay, yeah, he's with me. No, I see things from, first of all, a black male perspective. Then I see things secondly as a trained former police officer. And in this situation, the cops were wrong from the get-go. And I'm gonna give y'all my opinion. It probably will be ruled a justified shooting, but the cop should lose his job. and he should be sued civilly anyway in the civil court, and he's going to lose. And the rest of his life, he should be broke, busted, and can't be trusted. That's the way it should go down. But he definitely should be fired. He should be on the force right now. Kev H, I was just talking about you. Now, let me ask you a question, Kev H. And I only want you to answer, Kev H. Kev H, if you are getting paid to do a job and you're earning a living, okay, in this country, are you or are you not a professional? I know he only 35 minutes late this time. Kev H, answer that for me, okay? Because Kev H don't even know what we talking about. He just came in. I want to get his answer because none of y'all voted. Only person voted was Ashley and my mom. Okay, and the rest of y'all can vote. I mean, y'all who hadn't voted, y'all can vote. Taking back together. Okay, Linda, we got it. I didn't want anybody to tell him what we was talking about because I didn't want to get him upset before he came in. I think we need to see the whole bit before making it a bad. Okay, I think you're missing my whole entire point. All right, let me see here. They wanted more than 2.5 minutes before checking his post. I was about to say, please don't end this live since Kevin home. I'm a professional driver. Okay. And if that's the way he sees it. He goes out and he's a professional driver. He just has to be picking up sanitation at the same time. I called you a professional sanitation worker. Okay. But I'm under the impression that if you get paid to do a job, you are a professional. At least you're supposed to be a professional in that career choice. Now, these cops that I'm seeing these days, they are not professionals. Because you should not, as a police officer, Karen, and you might be getting mad at me. I think a professional is a person who is an expert. And that's your opinion. Okay? Expert. But what makes you an expert? What makes you an expert? Because they've said that doing something 10,000 hours makes you a master. So what, in your opinion, what makes you an expert? A professional bingo. Kev H, thank you. A professional gets paid for their job. A professional, and that's like Webster Dictionary definition right there. A professional gets paid for their job. Okay, Karen, I'm glad you said experience. So, how much experience do you have in retail? Because you sell stuff every day, don't you? You don't have to be an expert to be a professional. Okay, about my point exactly. All I'm seeing is cops hitting people. I'm like, people are walking and what they're doing. Bottom line, get ready for martial law. Hey, I voted. Good for you. We all need to vote. Okay, so this is my point, and I want you to make I want to make this very clear because it seems like, and Karen, you're the only one I got to point you out. Karen, it seems like you're thinking I'm pointing bad cops here. I'm not saying bad cops. I'm saying in this situation, bad cop job. Okay, it should have never gotten to the point where they had to discharge their firearms. And like I said before, in my opinion, it's going to be ruled a justified shooting, but it should have never happened because the guy who was running away with the cop's taser, which might as well be a gun, or might as well be mace, or might as well be his baton, shouldn't have never been able to get it from him. Okay, that's like at my job. Like Linda mentioned earlier about mental health. I work around people who have mental health issues all the time. If I leave my drill where one of them can get it, you best better believe they're gonna be playing with it. If they don't hide it from me and steal it. Okay. All right. It's my job, but not. You said experience. Now, see, you can't go both ways. It's my job, but I'm not an expert, right? But I asked you. I said, what makes you an expert? You said experience. You said it yourself. You said, matter of fact, here it is. Boom. Karen, what makes you an expert? Boom. There's your answer. Experience. Right? And I'm not saying experience makes you an expert. I'm saying when you do something for a living that makes that a profession for you. You are a professional because you're getting paid for it. See, I never said experience. I never said expert. I said professional. That makes you a professional whatever. All right, they're going to eliminate police and insert social credit. Hmm. No cost martial law. He was drunk as a skunk and he threw them like a rag doll, and that's when he grabbed a taser. And even if that is the case, okay, listen to me. And even if that is the case, listen very carefully and closely to me. I don't care if the man was high on PCP. You have a radio, you have spray, you have a baton. At least you're supposed to. And you're supposed to be proficient in using all of that force before you escalate something to deadly force. And don't get me wrong, I know these cops have a terrible job to do, they have a hard job to do. Choose a different profession if you can't do it. And that's the problem in this country. We have a bunch of people who are supposed to be professionals at their job, and they are not. My point exactly. I didn't say experience. I didn't say being an expert. I said being professional, being a professional at something. All right? See, a lot of people think that unless you're a basketball player making millions and millions of dollars, you're not a professional. No, if you're getting paid for something, you're a professional. Okay? I don't just like how it's all playing out, y'all. People are heading back to their own country because of what's happening. They don't feel safe. I don't blame them. I think the president will try to enact martial law, but it will end quickly, and we will be judged on social credit, and it will be unfair because people won't know the rules, and the pay won't be fair. That's possible. With the experience comes expertise. Very true. Kev, they can't eliminate police, or we are all in trouble. I agree with that. I agree. I mean, listen. I'm agreeing with you. We cannot have a lawless society. Cannot. All this, defund the police, blah blah blah. Hey, I also believe that when you call the police, they shouldn't show up with damn tanks. They shouldn't show up with damn AK-47s. They shouldn't show up with damn bazookas. I call the police. I didn't call the damn military. Police, protect and serve. Now let me ask you this, Karen. This guy who fell asleep tonight at Wendy's, if he was drunk as a skunk or whatever, did they protect and serve him? Or did they allow him to be executed? That's the question I have for you. Because he seemed like he was fine long as he's sitting in the drive-through sleep. And see, I don't know the whole story. I'm just saying, had the police not shown up, would that guy be alive right now? My honest opinion is yes. And what do you think the owner of that Wendy's right now is thinking? Like, dang, I wish we hadn't called the cops on that. I would have a damn store right now. Kevin, people won't know how to act. People don't know how to act now. Karen, this is what I read. There was a time when police were not allowed to use a weapon until a weapon was pointed at them. Well, in this case, Kev H, sadly, they allowed this guy to take one of their, and see, a taser is not a weapon. A taser is a method of subduing a suspect. It's not a lethal fate. In my opinion, and from what I've heard and read, I've never heard of anybody dying from a taser unless they have been tased multiple times and they couldn't breathe, and then they tased them some more, blah 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 blah. But getting hit with a taser, especially when you're running like they were running there. And see, and if I'm on a jury and I watch this whole entire video and I see it the way, cause see, I didn't have to see the video 2 minutes to know that this guy should have never have been able to get their taser because I lived as a policeman for 3 years. And if I had lost any of my stuff to a suspect, I would have been court-martialed and busted down 2 ranks and gotten out the military on a bad conduct discharge. That's what would have happened to me. So what I'm saying, there is a fundamental, the job is very fundamental. When cops show up, they're supposed to de-escalate a situation. I see many cops escalating situations, and apparently this guy went from sleeping to mad to fighting to dead. Sir Rod, if the Navy called you back up, will you go back in as a MP in America? Okay, so you got to be more specific there. Are you telling me if they call me back where I have to be a police officer to police American citizens? The answer is hell no. Especially not now, because there are more Americans than there are going to ever be police or military. The virus is raging in some states, Texas for sure. Yes, we went over some numbers last night. There were steps. They were reactive. Now they are preemptive. Do they teach martial arts to cops? No. Well, I don't know. We learned come-alongs, and we learned some tactics and techniques, but we didn't learn martial arts. Let me see. COVID-19, Florida, they are all up. Okay, who they were trying to protect was him driving and killing someone, and that's how and why the cops were called. Okay. If you see something, now we had this happen all the time when I was in the Navy, all the time. Now watch this. If I was a cop and we was on a Navy base and we came up on somebody who was drunk, this is what we would do. You ready for this? Hey, sir. Sir, are you alive? Are you okay? Sir. Then I would have checked the doorknob. If the door was open, first thing I would have done would have grabbed the keys out the ignition and put them in my pocket. That's how you prevent drunk driving. Oh goodness! The attorney started this evening. A taser is not considered a weapon. It shouldn't be, because it's not. It's not deadly. All right, I agree with Karen, but they have a transaction set in place to get rid of cops. It started with coronavirus, then the protests, and now we have people so outlandish that they have to change policy. All right. My son wanted to be a cop for the last year until 2 weeks ago. That's sad. He could have used the taser and rendered the cop from moving and could have killed him. So training says lethal force can be used. All right. So this guy is running away, and from what I saw 2 cops chasing him. So you're telling me, you want me to believe this guy who is running away from 2 cops could have shot one of them, rendered the cop from moving. Okay, so rendered him immobile, and then gone back after he stopped running, go back to this cop, get his service weapon while this other cop is not doing anything, and shot and killed him, and then shot and killed the other. I want you to think about this logic here, okay? All right, first world country in trouble, pure looting, riots, etc. The third world countries are looking at us like, look at this mess. Yeah. Hey guys, Queenie is making me an awesome necklace that she fasts and prays over. I'm so excited. Roderick works for him, and boy, do I ever need her help. Roderick works. Who does Roderick? What do you mean, Roderick work? Listen, y'all, please check y'all text before y'all send. Okay, I understand that you're excited about getting, but I don't understand half the stuff y'all be saying sometimes. Roderick works for him. Who do I work for? And boy, do I ever need her help. All right, cool. Kev, then that's when we need to stand up against it. Well, I mean, Karen, you're double talking, okay? Because now you're saying we need to fight the power. But when you see what happens when somebody fights the power, they end up dead. Okay? I just want to call you out again on that. Linda, Can't wait for that necklace. Ha ha. Miss G. It is rising in Florida 200. I didn't think the numbers in Florida was going up when I checked them last night. Let me look at these numbers again. I thought Florida numbers were going down. Oh no, I'm wrong. Ooh. And y'all had a spike yesterday. 19. Y'all had the highest number of coronavirus numbers cases June the 12th. So yeah, you're right. Y'all are right. Florida is definitely going up. All right, I stand corrected. Won't be the first time, sure won't be the last. And we just talking tonight. Let me see here. Do they have a video of what y'all talking about? Because I need to see it. Yeah. And you know what? Matter of fact, this is gonna be demonetized anyway, so I might as well show it. Atlanta police. All right, so let's see if we can find the video. And Karen says that there are two different perspectives and 2 minutes of him whipping the cops' butts. All right, he was 27 years old. When the surveillance video does not show the scuffle, but shows Brooks running away. Okay. Major city, blah, blah, blah. All right, let me see if we can't find this video because I'm going to see if I can't find it. And she also got to understand, folks, people are getting tired of this. Not only are black people tired of this, but everybody's tired of this kind of crap, you know? And cops believe that, and they think that they are above the law some kind of way. And I don't know, you know. I know we have a lot of conspiracy theories on here, and we're like, oh yeah, you know, blah blah blah. But Atlanta PD shoots man at Wendy's. Let's see what if I can. All right, okay. Here's a 4-minute video. Oh, this is a police thing with GD. I'm sure they're not gonna show everything on this one. Oh, okay. This is the whole. Look at here. This is the whole daggone video. Hopefully, it's not doctored. I'm about to share this. We're gonna watch this whole video together. This is the first time I'm seeing this. Okay. And see, and this is something else. I see wrong stuff already. Okay, just from this perspective right here, and I'm gonna tell y'all from my perspective the wrongness. All right, so here we go. Here's a scuffle, scuffle, scuffle. Oh, I'm gonna tase you. Why are you so close and you trying to tase this guy? Why are y'all wrestling with him? It's like WWE. Go show me these cops have no idea what the hell they're doing. Guilty already. Boom, he got a sucker punch in. All right, he got the taser. Oh, he even tased him. Look at that. He tased him. And this is from somebody's cell phone footage right here. And there's a guy dead. Okay, so we missed them killing him on that one. Let's see if we can get a different video. Okay, he actually tased him. Didn't look like he rendered him unconscious or immobile. All right, let's see if we can't find another one. All right, here's the same video. Looks like. Oh, we're wrestling like we're WWE members. Okay, so let me stop this right here and let's talk a little bit. So, like I said, and I hate being right all the daggone time, but like I said, okay, professional police officers. I have in the 3 years I was doing what I was doing. I never, listen to me, and I repeat, I never had a tussle with anybody. And the one time that we were gonna have a tussle with this huge guy, I'm talking about this guy was huge. It was like 7 of us, and we came out in force. Okay, because that's not supposed to happen. You're not supposed to be tussling around with anybody. It's not supposed to happen. I wasn't trained that way. I'm not an MMA fighter. I'm a police officer. And when it gets to the doggone point of me tussling with you, I'm stepping back. I'm gonna hit you with the stun gun. If that don't work, I'm gonna hit you with the spray. If that don't work, I'm gonna hit you with the baton. And then after that, I'm gonna let your ass go. Cause you too much for me. I'm gonna call in the dogs. Because you gotta understand, police officers have unlimited damn it resources. You call in the dog, you can call in the county mounted, you can call in dog on everything. You got his damn car. You got the man's car. If he runs away, then you call more officers and then y'all go out and look for him. And if you don't find him, then guess what? You got his damn car. I mean, am I totally wrong here or something? I mean, I'm not getting it. Miss Grace, I believe in my sister Queenie and what she can do. I don't think there is anything we can do to stop what is coming. We have to figure out really quick how to fit into the new system. That I agree with. That's why I'm on this Bitcoin stuff like crazy. Kev H, are you interested in making some more money with Bitcoins? If so, email me, brother. I know, Linda, it worked for Sir Rod, so you want it too. All right, let's see what Karen has to say. We can beat this over and over. So I'm leaving now because you all are black, white, blind side family. I'm not fighting the power, and you misread it. I said if they try to eliminate the cops, then. All right, let me go back up and see what Karen said. Okay, so Karen said, Kev, that's when we need to stand up against it. He should have used the taser and rendered. He could have used the taser and rendered the cop from moving, and could have killed him. So training says lethal force can be used. Whose training are you going by? I didn't learn that in my training. Who they were trying to protect was him driving and killing someone, and that's how and why the cops were called. Okay, and I was like, you take the keys from out the ignition. All right, we can beat this over and over. So I'm leaving now because you all are a black, white, blind-sided family. I'm not fighting the power, and you misread it. I said if they try to eliminate the cops, then okay. I'm not getting it. I reread everything. All right, KBH. Try to buy an island and move your family. I'm looking for places in Jamaica. Nothing is happening. Miss G, I believe in what my sister can do. We need to stand up because we need the cops because they don't a lot of them. I never said we don't. I said we needed the cops. Did anybody else hear me say I think that getting rid of cops is a bad idea? I never said get rid of cops. I think they need a hell of a lot more training because the stuff I just saw in that video, I had told y'all from the get go. I don't need to see 2 or 3 minutes of a fight because if a cop is fighting with somebody, he's already wrong. Hey Roderick, can I go live with you for just a minute? Yeah, man, come on. Let me bring you in. Kevin, you know you're always welcome, brother. Karen, you can come live if you want to. Y'all know I don't have a problem with y'all being live. We're gonna all be respectful. Yeah, that's the link, brother. All right. Karen, no, stay. How are you? Karen, we haven't spoken in a long time. Your necklace works from my necklace works wonderful. Not all cops are bad. Never said that. It's just a few. It turns into a all cop killing all black people. Come on now, Karen. I think you're putting words in my mouth, honey. and the point I'm making here. Listen to me very carefully, very closely. I did not need to see the whole video because I knew fundamentally the professional cops that showed up at that scene were wrong. Okay? Bam. Kev H, talk to me, brother.
Hey, family.
Yep. Oh, there you go.
So this whole thing to me. Hi everybody. I'm sorry I don't do my introductions right. I'm
You
not
just
used
went
to
in.
being on live. um, So we are all kind of looking at this one situation as this one situation,
Mm-hmm.
and we are
Okay.
looking at the the last situation as the last situation, and the situation before that as that last situation before that. And just a second, I'm sorry. My head.
Kev, turn your
Can
phone sideways for me.
my fault.
There you go.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can. Yeah, I can hear you. I wanted to get a
Okay,
full
cool.
picture.
Okay, so we're looking at all of these situations as individual situations when what that does is it kind of like keeps blinders on us so we don't see what's happening in the grand scheme of things.
Okay.
And so that's why I keep saying in the chat that there's a big change coming to the policing system.
Okay.
uh, I don't believe we need police the way the world is right now. We do, because you have poverty and
Okay.
people look at each other as not being equal to each other. So you do have racist people out there. Um, but when you have the whole world judging us, a whole group of people right now, socially, based off of their views, like the backlash that Drew Brees got over what happened to
Right.
him is social judgment, right? And what happened to Colin Kaepernick
Right.
was social judgment, right? We're already participating in that system based off of popular belief. We got a president right now based off of popular demand, right? And instead of things that really make sense, like I didn't think he was a good candidate. I think he's doing a great job in certain instances, but then he should just keep his mouth shut,
I
right,
said
on
that.
certain
I
things.
tell Jennifer that out, and
But
I told her
um,
about 2 weeks ago, right before George Floyd. I said the president is going to lose the office because of Twitter if he just be quiet. And you're right. On some things, he's doing an amazing job. If he would just be quiet. Kevin, I think we're losing you. I
yeah,
don't know if your internet is up or not, but we you keep
but
going in and out. You're fading in
breaking
and
up
out,
here.
brother. Kevin H, are you there?
Oh no,
Come back.
I lost you guys.
I can hear you, but I can't see you.
Oh no.
Kevin H, get back to a good spot. Come back. All right, I'm gonna run through chat and see if we can I'm gonna see if we can catch him. Oh, yeah, that's a great question. Has anyone lost any friends over this? Um, I have I have
Okay, I'm back.
I have friends that are on like one hand. All right, so I haven't lost any friends over the racial divide in this country. No, because my friends are my friends. Yeah, there you go, Kevin. You back now, brother? Can you hear me?
Sorry about that.
Yeah, no
Okay,
problem.
um, so like when we're looking at these situations, what we're missing here is um, what is how does the government normally operate? How do other governments normally operate? What have they been trying to push as
Kev H, we losing you again, brother. We are losing you.
an agenda?
Kev H, are you there? Is your Wi-Fi on? That's the first thing I ask people. All right, look like Kev H is gone. All right, if he come, I got him down here in the corner. If I see him moving around, I'll bring him back up. Hey, look, and if anybody else wants to come in, Karen, if you want to come in, you want to talk, and you want to have a, we can. I hate to say debate, but I don't feel like I'm going back and forth with you because I'm agreeing with you on a lot of things. I'm just saying in this particular instance, coming from the perspective of a former policeman, these cops were dead wrong from jump. Okay, when I see cops wrestling and tussling around on the ground with somebody, no, I would have popped my baton and popped him across his doggone thighs a couple times until he complied. See, you guys think that use of force is bad. No, use of force is great. If you don't listen to me when I'm talking, all right, looks like we lost Kev H on one. He tried to pop up on another one. All right, Kev H, I'm gonna kick you out the studio and then you come. Oh, there you go. Okay, hold on. All right,
Sorry,
hold on, brother.
I had I had to go out and come back in.
That's cool. Yeah.
All right, let me back up here. All right, so I'm on my phone because this is like the best quality live video that I can get through on.
All right,
But
no problem.
all right, so I'm so sorry to take everybody's time and slow this whole thing down.
You ain't gotta apologize. You wanted to come in and talk. Let's talk.
All right, so I'm gonna get it out now. All right, so we are all divided because we're looking at this thing as some people are looking at it as defend the cops. Some people are looking at it as stop the protest. Some people are looking at it as stop killing black people. Some people are looking at it as uphold a very important foundation to society, right? And all of those things come into play. And what happens is everybody has their own opinion,
right,
but they only seem to address one of those opinions instead of looking at the whole picture and seeing everything as being a problem here. I heard somebody say today, and this is usually coming from the police or from Fox News, where they say, well, the whole point of what they're trying to accomplish gets lost with the rioting and the looting. But way before there was rioting and looting, there were peaceful protests, and hundreds of years of slavery. Right. So how long do you have to state your point on the news peacefully while there is no shooting going on? Right. Point out certain laws that are causing issues. Point out the police behavior when somebody's dying, and have peace protests when somebody does die or at the hands of the police, or when some lady at the park says, I'm going to tell the police they're attacking me and black, because that's her intent for you to either be arrested or worst case shot and killed, or brutalized. We're and it's not about black guys, because white people are getting murdered by the police too. It happens to Asians, I'm sure, and it happens to Hispanics. The problem is when most of the police or Fox News or even white people, as a defense to say it's not that bad, quit getting out of line, they should be saying, you know what, something does need to be done so nobody has to deal with this, black or white. Right.
Yeah, so like I heard,
nobody's making
that. On my Facebook page, and somebody was like, "You know how to not get shot by the cops? Don't do anything wrong." And I'm like, that is such a blanket judgment statement, because, like you said, blacks and whites are getting.
Sorry, I'm all up in
Go ahead, Kevin.
Hold on. Sorry, I can't hear you because my reception is really bad. So I'm gonna go outside where I have some good reception.
All right, cool. Why are you doing that? I'm gonna address it. All right, so Karen said, bingo, you said it. People think that it's wrong. I never said, listen to me, I never said the use of force was unjustified, unauthorized. I'm saying the type of use of force, because what happens, what I'm seeing in situations, I'm seeing police officers go from 0, and I told y'all earlier, there are several levels of enforcement. First is visual. When a cop shows up, most people get in line. When a cop tells you something or says something to you, most people get in line. You have come-alongs. You have a utility belt like Batman, that you have so many things that you can use before you pull out a a deadly force weapon. So I'm not saying no. I agree with use of force. I disagree with the use of force in this case and in this instance. Okay, and I disagree with the use of force in most cases and most instances because I should never turn on my
Right.
television or go on the internet and see a police officer or two struggling on the ground to try to beat somebody up to put them in handcuffs. That's never, listen to me, that's never supposed to happen. This is coming from a used to be professional police officer. I was never trained to grapple with anybody on the ground. I was, however, trained to beat the hell out of somebody with a baton. I was trained to spray somebody with a chemical and get them in line. I was trained to get them to comply before I got them handcuffed.
Hmm.
I never had a problem with
Right.
handcuffing anybody because I would either tell them what to do or I would beat the hell out of them until they did it. Okay?
Right.
So the use of force is
Uh-huh.
authorized. Deadly force is unjustified, Karen. Go ahead, Kevin. Make your point, bro.
Um, well, we really have to start thinking about the root of everything, the root causes of everything. Um, because a lot of what's going on is not our fault, you know. Look at that.
Man, where are you located?
Beautiful.
I don't see no stars.
Everything
It's like
that's
you're on the
going on
moon.
is
It's
not
like
our
you're on the
fault.
moon surface right now.
I look like I'm on the moon
Yeah,
surface.
you know the moon pictures and stuff. You never see no stars. Where are you at? You don't see no stars.
This is Nevada, man. It looked like the moon out here, just brown. Uh,
Go ahead, man.
but we
I'm messing with you.
nobody nobody's asking the question. Why don't the police stop beating these people so they stop rioting, so they stop destroying our cities,
Hmm.
right? Nobody asked that question. Nobody asked the the changes that needs to happen. It's like people are like, okay, we're okay with all the bad things that happen to these people before um they started rioting, because as soon as the rioting starts, now their their point is gone. Like, none of that stuff matters anymore. We really have to stop that. All of us have to stop it. But what I see coming as a result of what's going on right now, sorry, is that um, they're gonna change the system. We don't need police. What you need is for people to have an equal opportunity. But when you take away equal opportunity, you have crime.
Okay.
You have crime. When you take away opportunity, you take away resources. Why do you think they're making it to where um, real estate people who own real estate are basically in forbearance right now, right?
Right.
Even wealthy people are on forbearance. They're doing this because what's going to happen is once they free all that up, all their money is going to be tied up in trying to pay back all this back rent, right? This
Right.
back mortgage payments. The same thing. Well, the poor are on the same uh, um, playing field as the real estate people, right? Landlords and stuff like that. So when you look at stocks right now, everybody knows the stock market is out of line. It's all the way out of whack,
Right.
right? And with it being all the way out of whack, what is going to happen once the crap hits the fan? Right now, everything is just on pause.
Right.
You see the market going up and down, but they're only reacting um, to what they see the numbers doing. If it looks green today, I'm gonna put my money in. If it's red, I'm gonna put my money out.
Right.
And it depends usually on the words of the Fed or the White House, right?
Right.
And so when we really assess that, what is the long term of that, or not even long term, mid range on that, like a year or two from now, when everything comes out of forbearance, and if Congress does pass if the Senate does pass this Heroes Act, right,
Right.
you get a year forbearance. So if that happens 1 year from now, what
What are you
happens
gonna
to
do?
the houses?
Right.
It already happened in the right. We essentially basically just got the Green New Deal. under the watch of Trump. As much as he talked crap about it, this is where we are. We
Right.
got universal basic income. We got guaranteed jobs with the PPP program. All these things are coming to fruition, and nobody is seeing this.
Yeah.
Everybody's talking about stimulus or talking about coronavirus or talking
Right.
about George Floyd. We are completely blinded to we are in the Green New Deal. There's no travel. There's no um, globalization is done, right? All of that stuff is done. There's no intercontinental travel at all, right? So when everything falls apart and or everything starts coming back together, they're gonna start putting this new system in while you're not paying attention because you're gonna see the news start reporting all these not famous people but wealthy people losing their wealth. The wealthy people are gonna lose their wealth, and then the lower class is being elevated to the standard of the middle class. And the middle class, they keep saying they're going to disappear, but we're all eventually by the end of this, we're all going to be at the same level, and we're going to start at a zero level credit scores, credit system,
And
right? So,
you think this is the beginning of socialization of just of everybody go to work and you make the same money and we just gonna be here to support the government of whatever of the world.
my
That's the
wife
way
is
that's the way you
turning,
seeing it.
telling me to come in. Are you calling me in? Is that the boys? Okay. Yeah, my boys are telling me to come in. Leave those lights alone, guys. Okay. Sorry, y'all. So we're at a leveling. We're at a stage where they're just taking like an equalizer on a stereo system, and they're putting everything at a balanced level,
Okay.
right? And they're just evening out the playing field because you can't have a new system start without ma- massive uprising nationwide or worldwide, right? Oh, sorry. Um, with you can't do this without people rising up if the playing field is not fair or even for everybody,
All right. So look,
right?
take one more minute and tell us what's the solution. What do we need to do if your theory is correct? What do we need to do as preppers? What do we need to do as people who are enlightened to help us move into the new age?
The first thing I think you can really do is understand how the system might possibly work. My guess is um, it's going to be based off of your behavior. People are going to have to people are gonna have to stop. All right, so if it is based off of social, have you guys ever? If you guys watched this show called The Orville, the first season, um, when they go to this planet, everybody's judged on their cell phones off of they judge each other. They give each other 100 points or take away 100 points. Well, this guy from the show was dancing on a statue. He was like humping a statue on the show, um, and everybody saw it and it replayed on the news. And because he didn't have a social credit score, they were going to sentence him to death. Once you get down to zero, they either sentence you to death or what have you. I don't know if it'll be that extreme,
Hmm.
but basically, if you have currency, if people like you, they put some of that credit currency into your metering, right, and your
Okay.
track facially. And so I think this is why that 5G comes into play and why I've been saying that earlier when this whole thing started playing out. But I didn't want to make it. I don't like the conspiracy theories, but the evidence is right here,
Right.
right? You can't really deny too much because 5G isn't. I don't think is as horrible as people make it out to be. But I think what it can become is a part of this system, and um there are some health effects, but I don't think it's that bad. But uh, with it being a part of this system, if I don't like you because you look a certain way, it's either going to cause people to huddle up in groups of people who look like them, or help us embrace each other.
Okay.
Because when somebody judges somebody based off of how they look or some irrelevant um, depiction of who they are, what's going to happen is that person making the judgment, for example, Drew Brees making some crazy statement, his social credit score is going to drop. It doesn't
Right.
matter how famous,
Yeah.
right?
And I can see that.
You
I
know,
can,
so that
I can see your theory. I'm not gonna say
but
I roll along with it because this is not the conspiracy theory channel, but I appreciate you
right,
coming in and tell us on that. So you do agree with me that if you are getting paid to do a job, then you are a professional at that job, or at least you're supposed to be. Do you agree with that?
yeah, yeah, because I mean, all it takes is, all right, as a trash man, right? I can tell you, um, I remember every stage of my development as a trash man, and they tell you the day that you pass your training, right? Once you get training on something and you start getting paid for what you do, you are a professional at what you are getting paid for, no
Thank,
matter what.
thank you.
Now, your level of expertise changes, but that doesn't make you any more or less a professional. A professional is a professional. You
Right.
got professional basketball players, you got professional real estate investors, stockbrokers. They're all professionals if they're getting paid. Um, but what people have to really realize is that when you are trained to do something, you learn the mistakes as you go.
Hmm.
And if the department, like, okay, let me say this, and I got one more thing to follow this up with. But if the department is not training them
1 minute.
on, yes, sir, yes, sir. If the department is not training them on what they are supposed to do when some freak of nature situation pops up,
Hmm.
that's the whole department, right? Because it has probably happened before with somebody else. Now,
Exactly. Okay.
when you look at, I don't know which department it was where everybody walked off because the old man got knocked over a
Right.
few days ago or a week ago. Now they walked off, in my opinion, because these police are trained to do things the way they did things. Now to us, it looks like, okay, they shouldn't be doing that. And we say they need to be retrained. But it's not the retraining that they need. They need new policies because
Hmm.
they're being trained to do this. So if my job told me today, oh, the customer said, um, Kevin, you can't do this in their neighborhood. Well, this is what I was trained to do,
Right.
right? So if I'm trying to do this, I'm gonna quit because you're gonna tell me every time a customer comes, and my whole team will quit if they tell us don't pick up their garbage. Well, that's my job to pick their garbage.
Right.
My job is to grab the thing and dump it inside the truck and put it back down and go. So if you're telling me that I'm supposed to do something different, like water their grass when I'm there, I'm gonna
That
quit
wasn't in my
because that's not
that
my
wasn't in my
job.
job description. It wasn't in my training. Yeah.
Right. Now, if you guys tell us, okay, from now on, this is what we're gonna do, okay, fine. But those guys who pushed that old guy, I don't think they pushed them hard enough to get fired. You know what I mean? And I don't think that was worthy enough for the whole force to quit that duty. But if they're being trained to do exactly what they did, and then they still got disciplined for it, then I understand why they quit.
Okay.
That's why they quit. They didn't quit because they were being judged for pushing that guy. They were supposed to push that because that's how they're trained. If you watch the protest in Las Vegas, the police came up. They had a huddle, right? They had a line, and they had a team huddle behind the line. And when they saw someone getting out of, speaking up and talking loud, what they did was they opened up that line and that little huddle pushed forward, and they ran up to somebody and pushed them. They pushed them first. And when the person reacts and touches the police, they snatch that person behind that line in that huddle, and then
Yeah.
they arrest them.
Okay.
And were the aggressors. The police were the people assaulting them. But it looked, I mean, they held the protests were good out here compared
Yeah.
to other cities, right? We didn't have all of that except the police officer who got shot. But that dude was crazy who did that, right?
Right. Exactly.
That's not the typical Las Vegas. So, but if they're training,
Hey,
how are you being trained? Those
Kevin,
police
we gonna have to. We got
didn't.
to schedule night. We got to schedule night where you can come in. Okay, brother.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we got to
I'm
schedule
sorry,
that.
but I just had to get those
All right, man.
time watching and being patient with me. Y'all have a good night. Please hit like, hit subscribe, and y'all always show love. Come back, watch at least 2 hours a night. Peace.
You know exactly what I'm gonna say. All right, so thank you, Kev H, for coming in. He always brings good stuff when he comes in. I'm not gonna say I subscribe to Kev H's theories all the time. All right, so let's get back to chat. All right, so we ended right here, and I really want to get back to chat because we're having such a good conversation. Okay, Bingo, you said it. People think it's wrong. Okay, that's wrong. If they were not wrong, the police chief would not have immediately resigned and the mayor immediately fired the officer. Okay, K, are you talking about the Burger King or McDonald's or whatever one it was? I'm talking about the Atlanta incident. We're talking about what's going on right now. Almost list my 83 friend old Trump starting in 2016 election as a side guy started happening and coming. But she believed the lies. We agreed to not talk about current. I mean, a lot of people are, not talking to each other because of what's going on. Current events until Friday. She is open to know what is going on now politically. Bad cops mindset to set a person on their target. I see Kid H. Peaceful protests so far in my area. If I were younger, not at COVID risk, I would be out there too. So much needs to be changed, made better. I believe Kev H. Kev. It's called socialism, and I personally won't stand for it. Okay. Hey, Queenie, how you doing? I was trying to get to y'all so I could speak to Queenie. All right, we are not all equal. We are all unique, and that's what makes this country so great. We can't be equal because if we were, then we wouldn't need each other. I don't think anybody's saying that we're equal. Everybody's looking for equality. I think everybody's looking to be treated equally. Okay. Let me see. That is far-fetched in between. That won't happen because socialist American citizens won't go for that. Now I have to agree with that. Hello, sis. Talking about the Netflix early. Go back and see. People said hint hint. We'll do. No Americans would go for. Yeah, we're not gonna go for that socialist stuff. We want money, gold. Yep, credit. Lawyers and judges and doctors won't go for that. Kev H. All right. Got it, sis. True Queenie. I agree with Kay. I agree with Sister Linda. You can make capitalism work in a socialist society, and I am against socialism also. Okay, cool. All right, so we caught up on chat. All right, so hopefully you guys didn't leave. So look, like I said, an hour ago when we first started, I didn't know anything about what was going on in Atlanta. And coming from somebody who used to make their living as a policeman, the stuff I just saw in that video where you got two officers, and I don't care if they were purple. If I had two purple officers beating up and grappling, okay, so what I saw was grappling with a polka dot, a pink and yellow polka dot person, all right, cops still wrong from my training. And I'm giving you guys from my training perspective. I know in all the time that I was in the academy and all the 3 years that I patrolled, I never was taught or trained to grapple anybody. Now, I'll tell you who is taught to train and grapple. The Marine Corps is. The Marines are taught to train and grapple because their theory is if this don't work, this long rifle, and if your sidearm doesn't work, and this K-bar that they pull out don't work, then you got to go at it at hands. Okay? They're trained with that. We weren't. All right? Police, and I have subdued, and I have talked to a bunch of folks, and I put a whole bunch of handcuffs. And I never had to mace anybody. I never had to baton anybody. I never had to pull. I did have to pull my gun one time, but I didn't have to ever shoot anybody. Okay. And it is what it is, And if you disagree with that, then that's okay. In this platform, we can agree to disagree. I just don't want us to be disagreeable. Okay. Don't want us to be disagreeable. I would normally kill and die for capitalism, but I got kids, and whatever it takes to help my kids survive, I will do it. They are more important than my views. I can see that too. And normally the chief and the union used to clean it up and the cops to put them in the right of any situation. Normally the chief and the union usually clean it up for cops to put them in the right of any situation. Okay. All right, so I don't know if the cops picked up shells, casings, because normally when there's a shooting, even a cop shooting, that I mean, I'm pretty sure that forensics that come out and they collect all the evidence and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know. Yeah, Kev H, what is capitalism? Good question. So in this video tonight, from what I've seen, okay, and I only saw the runaway with the suspect pointing the taser at the cop. I saw the cop trying to. In the next video, I saw the cop trying to tase him. It looked like he had it connected. But see, those tasers don't always work either, right? And then I see a man laying on the ground. I didn't see the shots, but I see a man laying on the ground. Apparently, he's dead. All right. And in this case, in this instance, in my opinion, in my former professional cop opinion, cops wrong from the jump. Man should have been allowed to go to jail. And if he was drunk and out of his mind and he was sleeping in the drive-thru, then they should have taken the keys out the ignition, put the car in neutral, put it in the parking spot. And with everything, it's all about your approach. It's all. I mean, if you come at me, you're like, hey Roger, man, you know you weren't supposed to do something. Like, I know. You come at me up here, you're gonna get up here. Okay? It's just human nature. So I'm saying, and see, y'all know I don't do a whole bunch of conspiracy theories on here. I try to take things as they are. All right. And in this situation tonight, as they are, I guarantee if we had better policing in that situation, number one, you would have a suspect or assailant, and I don't know the gentleman's name. Okay, I will say his name. You would have a suspect or assailant who would be alive. He might be in jail, but he'd be alive. You have two cops. One of them wouldn't have a body on his case on his. He wouldn't have a teardrop, and you would have a Wendy's owner and all those people who work at Wendy's. They would have a job to go to tomorrow if you had better policing in that situation. All right. Why can't you answer me, Kevin? Oh goodness, what is capitalism? Let's wait. You know what? I don't even want to have that conversation tonight, y'all. I mean, we already been on, good Lord, an hour and 33 minutes. So, are there any questions? And I like debates like this. You know, I like debates like this where a lot of people have one opinion, another person has another opinion, and then I feel like I'm the voice of reason where I can come in. I can be like, hey, look, let me tell y'all from my perspective of what I'm seeing. Because to my knowledge, out of the 6-7 people that are on here live right now, I am probably one of two, if not the only one, who has had some form of police training. Okay, not military, police training. And when I come at you guys, I come at you guys from a black male's perspective, but I feel like I'm pretty fair. I don't always see it as the black person is right. I don't always see it as the cops are right. Okay. When I see two cops grappling on the floor on the ground with somebody, I'm like, what are y'all doing? You're asking for this situation to go south. Okay. When I hear of cops shooting unarmed people, I'm like, what did you do? Because see, I was only taught to discharge firearm when it was a threat to when it was justified. Okay, and in that situation, it's probably gonna be ruled justified. Okay, but from my training, That wasn't justified because they shouldn't have never lost their taser in the first place. Okay, that's my opinion. Now, let's. My mom said that the cops got fired. Okay, so let's see. Atlanta, Atlanta cop in shooting fired. Let's see if that comes up. Okay, the gentleman's name is Rayshard Brooks. Okay. Atlanta officer who fatally shot Rayshard Brooks has been terminated. All right. Y'all hear that? Man has been terminated. And here is
These days, it's anything but business as usual. That's why AT&T is committed to keeping
you might be the only one on the live right now. Shoot, I don't know, Queenie. You may be the only one that's here live. All right, so here we go. This is. Can y'all see? Hopefully y'all can see.
Last night, look at that building. It's now totally engulfed in flames. That's where Rayshard Brooks, he was in his car, simply going through the drive-thru. He fell asleep. Our cars were going around him. The police showed up, and then that situation deteriorated big time, resulting in Rayshard Brooks, 27 years old, being shot and killed by police. And there are a lot of angry folks in Atlanta. They blocked off Interstate 75, a major interstate in the Atlanta area. Firefighters can't even get to the Wendy's and other places in the area to deal with that fire. So that fire continues right now with no firefighters on the scene. Ariva Martin is still with us, our legal analyst. She's a civil rights attorney at the same time. Ariva, as you see the situation, it was a very peaceful demonstration, but then things quickly deteriorated.
Yeah, we've seen that happen really throughout the country as we watch these protests erupt following the brutal murder of George Floyd. And I think we minimize the pain of the protesters when we only focus on the fires or the looting, because I don't think we can even understand the pain that the African American community and communities really all over the world are feeling as we watch these deaths play out. When being killed by the police is the sixth leading cause of death for Black men, we are way beyond policy changes. We're way beyond body cams or policies as it relates to tasers. We have to have that incredibly uncomfortable conversation in this country that focuses on systemic racism. And we get really close often to having that conversation.
Bam, there we go. All right, so let's look at somebody else. Let's be objective here. Let's look at Fox News, okay? Atlanta, Atlanta cop, Fox News. Because Fox News is usually on the other side of the aisle. Let me see here. Atlanta police chief resigns amid backlash over fatal shooting of Black man. Demonstrate. Okay, so this is all Fox. Demonstrators clash with Atlanta police in violent protests against. Okay, this George Floyd. So, this is 6 hours ago. So let's check this one out right here. Atlanta police chief resigns amid backlash over fatal shooting of Black man. All right, let me show y'all this one.
Headquarters on Jackie Abanias in New York. Atlanta's police chief is resigning less than 24 hours after a Black man was shot and killed in a struggle following a field sobriety test. Police were responding to a complaint about a man, now identified as Rayshard Brooks, sleeping in a car at a Wendy's drive-thru. Video appears to show an officer shooting Brooks after the 27-year-old grabbed his taser. The mayor calling for that officer's immediate removal. The incident comes in continuing worldwide protests over the death of George Floyd.
Well, sound like when somebody asks for your removal, sound like you terminated, sound like you fired to me. I mean, if my company call me in Monday, be like, hey, we're terminating you. That means I don't go back the next day. And they might pay me for the last 2 weeks, or they might pay me for the 2 weeks I put in the hole or whatever. But usually when you're terminated or you're let go or you're whatever, that's fired. Okay. So anyway, sounds like we got another mess on our hands. And this is going to, and it's funny because when I was talking to my mom, the day that George Floyd was killed, I told her then, I was like, this is going to be a mess. And later on I think it was later on that night, she called me. She was like, well, son, I talked to your aunt because my mother's oldest sister lives in Minneapolis. And she called me and she's like, well, it's like you said. They're riding, they're protesting. At that time, they had already set fires and everything. And I had told her, I was like, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Now I just found out about this situation, but you best better believe Atlanta is about to have some stuff going on. Okay. And y'all excuse me for a minute. And if you live in Atlanta right now, it might not be the best place in the world to be. Okay. I quit. I am out of here. I quit. No, I quit means. Sorry, folks, but the police has a history of doing dirt against people. You are so right. Matter of fact, let's look at some police in the 1960s. I don't know if y'all can see what I'm typing. Yeah, I'm glad y'all couldn't see. All right, so I'm pulling up. Okay, so let's look at some history. All right, y'all ready? This is just some history, and I'm not trying to be, black, white, pro, whatever. I'm just showing you some history right now. So what I typed in, I said police in the 1960s against blacks. All right, look at here. All right, got them hauling off somebody. Got them like they beating up a whole bunch of folks. Oh, look, the black police leaders back and back. All right. Boom. Like they about to shoot this guy. Oh no, that's a Billy Cook. Oh God, yeah, bash his whole, his grill in. All right, so let's see here against, because I want to be fair. Oh, even if you type in against whites, it's the same pictures that come up. She is mad. She is going, look at her face. She is going in on this dude. Now, I don't know where this is. Let me see if I can read. Let me see. White Milwaukee lied to itself for decades in 1967. The truth. I wish I knew what was going on in this picture. They say a picture's worth 1,000 words. Look at how she is going in on him. Oh my God. She done grabbed his doggone baton and she is going in. I'm gonna keep that up. I'm gonna read that article a little later. We might have to talk about that. All right, so sorry, folks. Okay, Queenie is right. Sorry. Had to put the boys to sleep. I understand, brother. They found a young black guy hung in Los Angeles today. They claim he committed suicide. Sad to say, if you aren't white, you got a target on you. And K, maybe a lynching. Could be. I mean, I'm gonna tell y'all how bad race relations are now. I was in a webinar meeting today, a professional setting, a webinar meeting. We were on Zoom. Okay, my mama's listening closely now because she goes on Zoom on Wednesday nights. And about 10 minutes into the presentation, we get these squiggly lines, swastika 666, and derogatory all over the screen. I mean, somebody came in and took over the screen to the point where once we kicked them off the screen, they came into the chat and they started, derogatory speech. And then once we kicked them out of the chat, they started posting porn on another username. I'm like, why, people? We just trying to make some money. Why you? But they just go to show you that some people don't want to see. And of course, the webinar was majority black, but some people do not want to see black folks advance. I mean, it just is what it is, y'all. I mean, yeah. Not seeing that. Okay. That is what the family says, lynching. Yep. Wow. Wow. I mean, it's sad, y'all. It really is. And like I said, this past week, this is 2020. This is not 1920. This is not 1820. It's not 1720. It's not 1620. This is not, 200 years ago. This is 2020. And I can only imagine, like, my mom, and thank God that my mom's aunts and uncles that raised us are not alive. 'Cause I would hate to see them have to relive this shit all over again. It's just, can you imagine growing up in the early 1900s and seeing your parents and your grandparents go from, I mean, you're talking about in the early 1920s, you saw your parents and your grandparents come out of Reconstruction, right after slavery, and you're still doing the same jobs, which is they didn't call them housekeeping. What's the word ain't fan like kids used to use all the time? They just said we clean white folks' houses, but they used to call it a profession. There's that professional word again. God, I can't remember what they used to call it. But anyway, they, they did that pretty much all their lives. Let me see here. Police, race war. There are all kinds of racial slurs all around where he was lynched. Then they murdered him. That's true. So anyway, I'm just happy to see that they're not alive, because can you imagine being old enough to see your parents go through all that and maybe see somebody lynched and drugged by horses to live long enough to doggone see this mess repair? I mean, because we went through a time frame in the 80s and the 90s and the 2000s where you didn't hear it. It was still out there, but see, everybody got a cell phone now, and everybody got a camera. So we're just seeing it. That's all. We're seeing it more. It's sad. It's truly just daggum sad. Well, you're right, Queenie. I'm not gonna post it on there, but you are so right. Because a lot of those folks, especially back in the day, they joined the police force. So it's just a sad situation. And y'all know this is not the channel where we're gonna be like pro-white, pro-black, pro-this. We're not that channel, But I do call it the way I see it. And no, prejudice never ended. It's been here. I'm really over the years getting to hate white people. I am whitish. Linda. Now, for those who don't know, Linda is a lighter persuasion woman, but she and Queenie are sisters some kind of way. I don't know how that happened, but it's all good. But yeah, this is very upsetting, and especially in a time like this where we just had George Floyd and all that kind of stuff was kind of dying down. Now you're gonna listen. Mark my words. This is gonna start the protest all over again. All right. And we've had a few that have been killed by the police even after George Floyd. I think what was that 2 or 3 days later? There was another guy killed by the police. I think that was in Ohio. He owned a barbecue restaurant. He was killed by the police. That was kind of, you didn't really hear too much about that. And then there was another guy, he got killed by the police. And here's another dude. Oh, excuse me. And here's another guy. Y'all, it's going on 1 o'clock. I got to get out here and get me a shower and get my butt to bed. I got to get up and go to church in the morning and go work. But I want to thank y'all for being here. I really truly appreciate it. I know this is very, very late for us. Hopefully, Karen, I hope you don't. I hope you didn't leave, and if you're still here, I hope you didn't leave upset. Okay, I agree with you on several points, but on the policing, and I don't care if it was my mom. If my mom was like, yeah, you know, so when one thing I know I was trained on is police work, and when I see cops grab, I mean, I don't understand. I'm like, why are you fighting with this person? You got too much stuff on you to be fighting, and plus, you don't get paid enough to fight. What does a cop make? $45,000 a year? Floyd Mayweather makes what, 20-30 million a fight? You don't get paid enough to fight. You get paid enough to diffuse the situation. You don't get paid enough to fight. Stop fighting. Okay? I am literally in tears. COVID-19 numbers rising, and this is too much. B2K outside, I am white with white privilege, but inside I am Asian, Native American, and brown Spanish. Well, Linda is probably the only doggone white person that's going to admit that white people have white privilege. Jennifer just got into a pissing contest with one of her friends, and they was talking about, you know, white privilege. Yeah, and even with my, listen, y'all, even with my fair complected self, I have experienced privileges that my sister, who is darker complected, my brother, who is darker complected, my kids who are darker complected, have not and will not experience. It just is what it is, y'all. Okay. But I love you, Linda, no matter what. Hey, Fanny, what's up? Consistency, man. You like 2 hours late. Where you been? He's probably working out. He's probably working out. We about to be out of here, man. We had a good conversation though. Okay. Had a very good conversation. Check the replay out. Listen, y'all. I'm gonna put this out for anybody who's interested. I have started a new program, a new business. We're dealing with Bitcoin. If you're interested, and see, I'm gonna tell y'all like this. Y'all not gonna hear me being like, I'm going to go protest, I'm going to go ride, no, I am going to help get us to the point where we are financially, because see, I believe like this. I believe you vote with your dollars. And if you don't have too many dollars, you ain't got no damn voice. Okay? Yeah, man, I worked all day and I was tired, but I wasn't sleeping. So that's why I came online, and I hadn't talked to y'all today. So I was like, let me come in and just talk to the family. And then somebody brought in about this case in Atlanta where this cop killed this kid, and we've been talking about that for the last hour and 30 minutes. Kev H came in and schooled us on how we gonna be socialists in the next 5 years. I'm just messing with you, Kev H. Hey, Roger, you are my nephew. Queenie is your other mother. She is my sister. Y'all are so funny. I know my mom, I know my real mama be like, he always finding some daggone family. He is always getting another mother. She'll call me something. This is true. This is a true story. I can't make this up. My mom would call me if we haven't talked for like 3 or 4 days. She would call me, and she probably would have called me if I didn't talk to her tomorrow or Monday. She'll call me Tuesday and be like, "You forgot you had a mama in Texas?" Because she know I pick up mamas everywhere, and she'll call me like, "You forgot you had a mama in Texas?" I be like, "No," but she know anytime I start a business and I'm on my grind, she know that my time is gonna be a little limited. I still try to call her every day though. We usually talk every day. We didn't talk every day this week, but she know I'm trying to do something. Who is this mother? Queenie has adopted me. Which is Crown of Wisdom. You don't know it. Crown of Wisdom. Queenie has adopted me as her internet sign. Oh goodness. Yep. And she adopted me. Look, she adopted me early too. Was it last year? Oh my goodness. What she? Oh, you know what Queenie calls me, Mom? She called me her sugar. So I told her the Mama Ruth story of how my nickname is what it is. Because that's what she said, you just so sweet. You just sugar. You my sugar. And every time I talk to her, she called me, I call her. You just my sugar. You just so sweet. And I appreciate you guys. I really truly do. And I know, listen, as a family, as a plant-based homestead prepper family, we're not gonna always agree. Okay? Listen, we're not going to always agree. I just ask that we be not, what is it? Agree, but don't be disagreeable. We ain't got to be disagreeable. We don't have to be salty. Okay? Yeah, I know. Wild Sugar. Isn't that amazing? And Queenie lives in Texas too. Queenie might be family. I mean, like real. She might be blood family. She definitely got the look. But she's from, Queenie, you from Illinois, aren't you? I hadn't looked at my phone in 2 hours. Lord have mercy. Let me see what it just did. Something. That's why the baby going here. Hey, thank you. Yeah, and of course, anytime you doing something, you're gonna be great. You always have drama, and we already got drama going on in my new business. But it's paying off all right. Time to go, I'm sure. You just keep it real. I mean, I don't try to keep it real. I just try to keep it the way, even keel. The way I try not to get too high. I try not to get too low. I try to keep it right in here. Because, I see things the way I see it. And like I keep telling you, I see it from a black male perspective. I got a black mama. That's all I've ever known. When it's dealing with police, I see it from, from my police training experience. When it's military, I see it from my military experience. When it's handyman stuff, hell, I tell you how to do handyman stuff. I mean, I guess I'm just a damn well-rounded guy. What you think? Illinois lives in Florida and Texas. You are invigorated. You all invigorated me. I was so tired. I saw her when she was showing the house. She is kinfolk. I know. Yep. She is definitely kinfolk. Oh, thank you, Cass, buddy. Yeah. We all family in here, y'all. And I want this to be a place where you can come in and you can express your opinion. But if we have a difference of opinion, don't get mad and leave. I can't remember the guy's name, but he came in here spouting that Jesus God stuff, God, Jesus God. And I challenged him on it one day. Listen, you can't come in here and keep spouting different things and the host not going to challenge you on certain things. And then I'm going to test remember this. If you come in here and you got a difference of opinion, I'm going to test your theories. Eventually, I'm going to test your theories, and I'm gonna see where you stand. And if you fold under pressure, then we know you're not solid and grounded in your theories. All right. Don't let that man. Why am I reading this little stuff over here? Here we go. Don't let these things bother y'all. These things will pass. It's going to get worse before it gets better. These same events happened during the last solar events and pandemic. I'm sure they did, because history keeps repeating itself. Okay, get some love, and don't come at me as soon as I come in. Oh goodness! All right, I'm gonna tell y'all this though. When you come in, you start posting your opinions in the chat. Don't be surprised when people come. If they got a different opinion, they'll come at you. I just ask y'all to be respectful. That's all. Be respectful of one another. Treat. I mean, I feel like I'm teaching kindergarten here. Treat others the way you want to be treated. And it's okay to disagree. Listen, we don't have to doggone always get together and sing Kumbaya daggum yah. We're all different. We're all different. It's okay to be different. We're all different people. But it's not okay to be treated differently. All right? That's not okay. And that's what a lot of folks are protesting right now. Because they don't like the difference of the treatment that people are receiving. All right? That's all. I will check you. In the last play we did, we had this scene where it was two church ushers, and they were the church gossipers, and so they had one line in the play that when you said that it made me chuckle on the inside, because they were like, one of them was like, "Yeah, you can't be coming up in God's house, just wearing anything, because we check you, boo." You are right. Hey, look, love I usually am. Okay, it hurts to be right all the daggone time. Roger, you keep a very level head, and I appreciate that. Also, you have a very fair point of view on most things, where most people can't. I mean, I appreciate that. Thank you. But I see things the way I see them because of where I've been. I mean, okay, let me tell y'all something. You have a host on this channel. Okay, we are family. We need to talk. Yeah, and that's why I'm keeping this going, because I know people are hurting right now. This is a platform where we get together. You can express your opinions, but you're talking to somebody who's been to 33 countries. You're talking to somebody who has been a firefighter, has been a plumber, has been a supervisor, has sold insurance for a very long time, has been a network marketer for 20 plus years. You're talking to somebody who's in the last 10 days has put 20 people personally sponsored into a network marketing company. You're talking to somebody who holds down a full-time job, a part-time job, a successful YouTube channel. I mean, you're talking to somebody who is well-rounded. So, and trust me, I'm not bragging right now. I'm just telling y'all the facts. This is who I am. And when things like this happen, I see it a certain way. And like with George Floyd, total murder. Okay? I don't see how anybody can see that not being murder. And if you see it any other way, then shame on you. You know, like this kid right here, it would be ruled a justified shooting. I'll be surprised if the cop gets arrested. Okay? Him getting fired, he should have gotten fired. He shouldn't have lost his taser. He should have been on the ground grappling with this guy. And he shouldn't have shot this guy running away from him. Should not have happened. He should be arrested. Okay? He really truly should be. He probably won't be. I'd be totally surprised if he gets arrested. Now, if they start burning Atlanta down after 3 or 4 days, Atlanta will arrest his ass. Now, that will happen. So, if they calm down because he got fired, everything's going to be all right. And I know, and I hate to be this way where it's like, oh, you're right. Either way, I'm right. But if they calm down after him being fired and them burning up the Wendy's, then it's going to smooth over. If you see protesting tomorrow by the hundreds of thousands in Atlanta tomorrow, Atlanta arrest him by Tuesday. Okay. All right, Kev H. Let me see. We're a fan of We Need to Talk. I missed the ones about troll. We have not had a stupid troll for a while. You know why? Because I learned how to deal with trolls. That's why. It is not bragging if it is the truth. All right. You're right, big bro. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. These videos are therapeutic for me, and getting my points of view out is so helpful. I see a lot going on, but I can't share it anywhere but here. Hey, you know what? And I appreciate you for coming in. Kev H, I'm gonna have to limit you. You can come in more often, but I'm gonna have to limit you like 10 minutes, okay? And I'm gonna as soon as you start talking, next time I'm gonna pull up my clock. Now I don't know where it is. I'm gonna have to pull it out strictly and just for you, because you worse than a Baptist preacher, brother. You got like 4 points and then you close like 15 times. But I am just saying, I love you, but I gotta tell you the truth, all right? You hear this clock. So the next time I have you on, I'm gonna put you on a timer, okay? I'm learning how to do it right now. And I'm gonna give you a little happy hips, 10 minutes, and I'm gonna hit the start button just like that. Boom. And I'm gonna hold it up. Once you get to like, cause see, you need like a 5-minute warning. When you get to 5 minutes, I'm gonna like, all right, I'm gonna hold it up like this, boom. And then when you get to 2 minutes, I'm gonna hold it up like this again, boom, 2 minutes. And when you get to 30 seconds, I'm gonna start doing you like I do at the church, and start muting and unmuting you. But I love you, okay? All right, silence is present against Floyd. I love our family too. Haven't done videos because people can't even comprehend things from a middle. You can't stop doing videos though, man. Okay, that works. Okay, cool. Nah, you good, man. You good. But you had good points tonight, and I'm glad y'all taking it the humor that I'm giving out. But I'm serious. I'm gonna put him on my timer next time. I promise you that. Because the second time Kev H came in, he took over my show. And look, I'm the star on this show. Okay. Oh goodness, stop. All right, I'm done. Looks like his sons will come. I know. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get the kids number. And be like, hey, go outside and get your daddy. I'm gonna have to send them pick up my bat phone over here and be like, hey man, go outside and get your daddy for me, okay? Oh goodness. Now let me ask y'all something. Don't y'all feel better that we talked about it and we got it out and we had some times when it was like, oh my God, you're making me mad, you're pissing me off, and then we got it all out. That's what we need to do more of. That's what makes this channel so powerful. Because not only are we a prepping channel, but Kevin said it, we're a therapeutic channel. I get therapy from y'all all the time. Y'all just don't realize it because I can ride around and talk to y'all all the time. I get so much therapy and y'all don't even realize it. They will too. He said they will too. Oh goodness. All right, let me see. We've been on 2 hours and 5 minutes. I appreciate y'all giving me all this watch time though, because y'all been like 5 and 6 strong, so that's time 2 hours, like 16 hours of watch time. Let me show y'all something. Let's see what the channel's looking like too, by the way. You know, y'all know we've worked so hard to get this channel to monetization. Let's see. Y'all gonna get some insight. I know this video is gonna get demonetized. It don't even matter. All right, let's see what we're looking like. That's crazy. You know, it's something changed drastically in YouTube too. And I don't know for the life of me what it was, but we used to in a 24-hour period of time, we used to have like 1,000, 1,400, 1,600, and I've seen us up to like 2,000 views. And I for the life of me can't get that anymore. I don't know what it is. And we got way more people subscribed to the channel now. But I was gonna show you our revenue. Y'all wanna see the revenue? Look at that revenue. I mean, I'm not joking. I'm very happy of this revenue. But what I need y'all to do, I need y'all to watch more videos, especially the monetized one. And I need y'all to actually watch the ads for me, okay? Look at there. Y'all see that? Professional YouTuber, bam, over the last 28 days, $132. I'm getting that. Oh, also remember, listen, I need all y'all support and I need all y'all participation. The last Saturday of July, we're going to do our first 100% giveaway. All right. Last Saturday of July, I'm going to start putting that out right now. The last Saturday of July, we're going to do a 100% giveaway. And the way it's going to work, I'm going to put out, a video leading up to that. And what I want you guys to do is you're going to comment on that. We're going to have instructions in the video. It's $10. All right. And what I'm looking for, I'm looking for 100 people to donate $10 to either my Cash App. I really need y'all to do it the Cash App, or even with PayPal, it has freaking fees. So I really need y'all to do it the Cash App because no fees. $10, and I'm hoping we can get 100 participants, and we're going to give away 10 prizes. We're going to give 10, however much we collect, we're going to divide it by 10, and we're going to give an equal amount to 10 people. I want to start blessing people, and that's the way we're going to do it, okay? Let me see. Kerry said, my wife shut the power off to the house, wants to get rid of my company. That's wise. No dad and daughter show anymore because it is his show. Well, the daughter, the negotiations fell through. Okay, so for those that don't know, I used to do a daddy-daughter show with Gabrielle, and that's on my old channel. And those videos are so funny. I go back and watch them sometime now. They are so funny. But the negotiations fell through with the daughter portion because she didn't understand at the time that a co-host was a host. It's just that you have a host and you have a co-host. She didn't want to be the co-host. I don't understand why she didn't understand that, because on that channel, that's the Roderick Chappelle YouTube channel. I understand why she thought that it should be the daughter-daddy show. Anyway, the negotiations fell through. We never did re-sign that deal. I don't really understand what happened. What's the deal in Seattle, Washington, and the police? You know what? I don't even want to talk about no more stuff like that, London. We'll talk about that another time. I'm done with police tonight. Y'all please hit a like, or Queen's gonna throw her shoe at y'all or something. We love you, Kev H. Love y'all. Yes, as much as you love me. I give everyone a free chance to hit the like and subscribe buttons. Keep praying for my special necklace. Yes, I am, dear. About done with it. All right, y'all. I'm getting out of here. I'm starting young, getting sleepy. I gotta go get me a shower. I gotta get up early in the morning. And all right. As always, I love you, Karen. I hope you're not mad at me. Okay. And if you are, we still family, and we still want to see you. Okay. My thumb up is already up. I don't know what happened either. All right, love y'all. Peace. Consistent. Y'all, listen, if y'all want to get your workout on, you want to get motivated by working out, Consistent 101. If you want to be conspiracy theory, Kevin, what's your channel? I can't remember what it is. Life in Pieces. Don't forget you have a mom in Texas. My mama about not forget she got a son in Virginia. Oh goodness. Are you going live tomorrow or are you gonna go live on your page? I ain't gonna mess with you. Good night, family. Good night, y'all. LaShawn Love, where are you watching from? What state you in? And don't be like I'm in the state of disbelief. Don't be playing with me. Oh God, I got so much food over here I'm looking at and I don't want anything. I need to go on like a 5-day fast for real though, because I'm tired of eating. And plus it's summertime and I need to drop some weight. Y'all know when you go on a water fast, it drops your core temperature and you like so chilly, even in summer. All right, good. You know I'll be tuning in. Ohio. Okay. All right, good. Live at home. All right, y'all. We out of here. Tiredness has hit me. Oh, I love food. Me too, Queen. I love to eat. But I'm going on fast. I need to do at least 5 days. At least 5 days. All right, y'all. We out of here. See y'all maybe tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow, me and Jennifer's anniversary. So we will probably do a special anniversary live with you guys and just talk about the last 11 years and how wonderful they've been. They have been pretty doggone good. I got to give it to her. She all right. I guess she'll keep me. Love y'all. Take care. Have a good night.